This distinctive knee-bent turn that originated in Scandinavia over 100 years ago now is the foundation for World Cup telemark racing today. From a distance, telemark racing appears to be similar to alpine racing, but what sets telemark racing apart is the equipment, the knee-bent turn, the unique courses, and the people.
You definitely can't say harder, because you can just, whatever it is you're doing, you can take it to a different level, I think. You know, I kind of started, I think I started, you know, telemark skiing because I was just a little bit, you know, I'd been alpine skiing for 20 years and, you know, just felt like I wanted to change and wanted to try something new. But it wasn't because alpine skiing was getting too easy by any means. You know, I just wanted to try something new. It's definitely, I mean, you can't do the things on telemark skis. Well, I don't know if you say you can't, but it's a lot harder to do the same thing on telemark skis as on alpine skis.
After 30-some years on the snow, I was looking for new challenges. I'd done backcountry skiing, I'd done, you know, extreme stuff, I'd done some mogul competitions, I've raced, and I was looking for something new. A new challenge. Telemark skiing and telemark racing provided that challenge. There's something completely different about committing to the fall line when you could fall on your face at any moment.
I switched over from alpine racing to tele racing because it's just a lot more fun. It incorporates a lot more elements of skiing. You got skating and bank turns and jumps, and it's like a big obstacle course on skis. It's a good crowd to hang out with, a lot more mellow and laid back than the alpine scene. Good fun.
There are close to 20 countries represented in telemark World Cup races today. With roughly 18 World Cup races in a season, athletes travel through Europe and North America for races. Competitors travel from as far as Japan to compete amongst the best telemark racers in the world. Although not yet an Olympic event, telemark racing has become an internationally recognized sport that truly tests the physical ability of the athletes. Once dominated by Scandinavian countries, today's top racers hail from countries like Slovenia, Switzerland, and the United States, to name a few.
My name is Kjetil, and I'm from Norway. I'm a telemark skier, and that's because this is real skiing.
Hi, I'm Lea. Lena from Sweden, and I've been racing, this is my second year, Telemark racing in the World Cup. And I like Telemark a lot better than Alpine because of the feeling when you don't have your heel stuck. You get another feeling when you have to do the big jump and get the landing right and all that. So it's a lot more difficult things to learn, not just racing in the course.
Scott McClory from Whistler, BC, and been telling for the past 4 years, just got into the racing thing. It's pretty cool, good group of competitors, it's good fun. And recently been doing this in the free ski tele scene. They're nice, they balance out the technical aspects of the racing are good to keep your skiing, sharp and stuff. So
the great thing about the Telemark is we're not just going side to side, but that front to back motion, and it demands more balance. I think it's a great feel. I know a lot of Alpine racers who have tried telemarking after they've already been established Alpiners, and they have come back to me saying that they are better Alpiners because of it. Their fore-aft balance is better, and their sense of edge consciousness is better. You have to be more subtle and more aware of what's going on because you're not locked in. You can screw up pretty quick at high speeds, and it hones your skills.
The thing that seems unique about Telemark is you're kind of out there, and the fact that your heels aren't locked down, you can just go Superman flying down, face first down the hill at any given moment, and that adds a certain thrill, I think would be the best way to describe it, to the sport. The carved turn in the gates, it is unique. The feel of getting the ski on edge early and having that ski come right around through in a Telemark stance, it's aesthetically very pleasing.
Making a turn on tele skis in a race is a lot different than in an Alpine race. Since we're only attached at the toe, it's hard to use the front half of the ski. It's hard to get a whole lot of forward pressure, so you're using primarily from the middle of the ski back, which makes your turning radius, it's a bit harder to make a quick radius turn.
In the last couple of years, one such competitor was fielded from a small town in Washington State. Reed Sabin proved that with hard work and dedication and a focus on Nordic skating, victories would come at a rapid pace. Sabin, a two-time World Cup champion, now lives in an isolated, sleepy town in the state of Montana.
Talk about the whole classic race, but what it includes is a gate section, a jump, and then a Rapaloosa, which will be explained, and a skating section.
There are three distinct events in telemark racing. There's the Giant Slalom, the Sprint Classic, and the Classic. But of the three race events competed in Telemark World Cup, the Classic race is to telemark skiing as the downhill race is to alpine skiing. Here is world champion Reed Sabin as he races in a classic event at Big Mountain, Montana. The classic event is a lung-searing race lasting up to 4 minutes. In keeping with historic telemark tradition, this race takes racers through all of the ways telemark skis have been used in the past. There are turns like a giant slalom race where racers ski back and forth through gates on the slope. There are jumps, similar to Nordic ski flying, where competitors are rewarded for long flights and penalized for not clearing the distance lines. There is the Rapaloosa, where the racer goes through a high bank 360-degree turn at high speeds. The Rapaloosa is often used to slow the racers down before they enter the skate section of the course. Usually near the end of the race, the skating portion is a cross-country Nordic section that requires racers to ski up hills and along flat sections of the course. Racers will use tall cross-country skating poles for the classic event. Although these tall poles make the earlier parts of the course more difficult, for these poles are nearly twice as long as normal ski poles. The winner of the classic event is the king of the mountain. Just finishing a classic race is an accomplishment in itself.
Sometimes finishing a classic course is incredibly hard. You get to the finish and you almost pass out. You fall over on the snow and it takes a number of minutes to catch your breath. People have to run up and unbuckle your boots for you and take you out of your skis because you're just too incredibly tired to possibly do it without falling over.
And the skate is a place that's usually at the end. I love it when it's at the end because it's like everything's over and now all I do is I just give everything to the skate until I just feel like I have nothing left to give. And if I go across the finish line and I feel like I can breathe, then I didn't give it enough.
Skating is probably the hardest thing for me, at least. It's, again, another element to the sport. It brings in the old Nordic background of telemarking. You know, basically the reason telemark skis existed in the beginning was to be able to get around. So it's wonderful that we keep that even in our racing. And it's hard. It's hard.
The skating sections in our course range from maybe 10 seconds to 45 seconds, 50 seconds, maybe over a minute sometimes. And fairly flat and rolling, some gradual downhill, some gradual uphill. And it's pretty much an all-out sprint when you get down to the bottom of your course. You have to go all out as fast as you can for the finish line, skating up these hills and down these hills, V1, V2.
Come on, buddy! Come on! Come on! Up, up! Come on! Joe! Up, 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 up! Come on, Joe! Up, 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 up!
It's just like cross-country skiing, basically. You know, you go out to the Nordic track and you see someone skating on skate gear, and that's exactly what we're doing, only we're doing it at the end of our GS portion of the Classic.